South Africa is a land where nature reveals its full splendor, a place where the Atlantic and Indian Oceans meet, creating a breathtaking mosaic of diverse ecosystems. From sun-scorched savannas to lush rainforests, from towering mountains to endless coastlines and arid deserts, this country stands as an unmatched sanctuary for wildlife. Among its many natural treasures, Kruger National Park shines as the crown jewel. Spanning over 2 million hectares, it is one of the largest and most protected ecosystems on Earth. At dawn, its vast plains awaken with the roars of lions, the steady march of elephants, and the whisper of wind brushing through the golden grass. Rhinos and buffaloes move with quiet strength, while leopards hide among the branches, their sharp eyes following every movement in perfect stillness. South Africa not only shelters these magnificent creatures, but also safeguards the very essence of the wild itself. Every park, river, and forest tells a story of balance and endurance, a timeless reminder of humanity's duty to preserve the natural heritage that sustains life on our planet. In this land, where life pulses through every corner, South Africa stands as a beacon of hope, a living testament to the resilience of nature and the promise of a thriving Earth for generations to come. The lioness and her cub have gone days without a successful hunt. Hunger drives them to keep searching across the endless plains. Not far away, a warthog forages quietly, unaware of the danger hidden among the tall grass. For hours, the lioness watches with absolute focus, studying every movement, memorizing the animal's routine. Then, the perfect moment arrives. She lowers her body, muscles tensed, moving silently closer, until the chase begins. Once again, the opportunity presents itself. With explosive speed, the lioness charges forward, her powerful strides stirring clouds of dust behind her. In one precise leap, she lands on the warthog's back, claws digging in, and with a firm bite to the neck, the struggle comes to an end. The hunt is complete, a vital victory for survival. Lions live in prides ranging from 5 to 15 members, where the lionesses take the lead in hunting. They usually target large prey such as warthogs, buffaloes, and antelopes to provide enough food for all. Each lioness can consume up to 15 kilograms of meat in a single meal, energy that sustains them through long, demanding hunts. The males, weighing up to 250 kilograms, protect the pride's territory, patrolling as much as 8 kilometers a day to ward off rivals. Across the vast plains of Kruger, lionesses adapt by hunting at dawn and dusk, when dim light conceals their movements. Their strategy requires perfect teamwork. Some stalk, others chase, and a few wait in ambush, each role performed with instinctive precision. A typical hunt can cover 2 to 3 kilometers, burning around 1,000 calories per lioness. After such exhausting efforts, the pride rests for up to 20 hours a day under the acacia trees, regaining strength for the next challenge. Today, Kruger National Park is home to an estimated 1,500 to 2,000 lions. However, their survival is threatened by bovine tuberculosis, which has reduced the health of prides by nearly 15% between 2020 and 2025. The disease weakens their stamina, affecting their ability to hunt and defend their territories, a silent danger to one of Africa's most iconic predators. As apex predators, lions play a vital role in maintaining ecological balance. They regulate populations of herbivores such as buffalo and warthogs, preventing overgrazing and protecting the vegetation. A single pride may consume 20 to 30 large animals per year, helping sustain the savanna's delicate harmony. Without them, herbivore numbers would surge, damaging grasslands and impacting smaller species. Lions also scavenge occasionally, obtaining around 10% of their diet from carcasses left by other hunters, a reminder of their adaptability and strength at the top of the food chain. Their power, cooperation, and resilience make them the true guardians of Kruger's ecosystem. The elephants of Kruger National Park are among the true architects of the African wilderness. Consuming nearly 150 kilograms of vegetation each day, from grasses and leaves to tree bark, they shape and renew the landscape with every movement. When elephants knock down trees and branches, sunlight reaches the ground once more, allowing new plants to grow and providing shelter for countless other species. Guided by an extraordinary memory, they can recall water sources up to 50 kilometers away, helping them endure even the harshest dry seasons. During droughts, elephants often dig into dry riverbeds like the Olifants to uncover hidden water reserves. These wells become lifelines, not only for the elephants themselves, but for a multitude of animals that share their habitat. Data from SANParks in 2025 revealed that elephants create roughly a quarter of Kruger's temporary water sources during the dry months. As they roam, they scatter seeds that enrich the soil and open trails that smaller species follow. Through these acts, elephants transform their environment engineers of the savanna who sustain life wherever they go. Elephants are also known for their deep emotional intelligence. Studies published in the Journal of Animal Behavior in 2025 describe how they often touch the bones of deceased members, a gesture that suggests memory, recognition, and perhaps even reverence. Young calves enjoy moments of play, rolling and splashing in the mud, not just for fun, but to strengthen bonds within the herd and protect their skin from sun and parasites. Adult elephants safeguard the young, teaching them vital skills how to find water, sense danger, and navigate the ever-changing landscape. Every action they take leaves a lasting mark on the ecosystem. Digging for water creates life-giving wells. Breaking trees keeps the grasslands open, and their dung nourishes the soil, helping new vegetation flourish. Their movements stir up insects and provide feeding opportunities for birds and smaller creatures. In every way, elephants sustain the rhythm and balance of the African plains. Leopards rely on stealth as their greatest weapon for survival. They are solitary hunters, guided by instinct, precision, and patience, hunting alone. They focus on small to medium-sized prey, such as antelopes, monkeys, and rodents. With powerful jaws and razor-sharp claws, they bring down their targets swiftly and efficiently. Once the hunt is complete, the leopard drags its prize, sometimes weighing up to 45 kilograms, up into the trees, hoisting it 4 to 6 meters above the ground. There, safe from scavengers like hyenas, the leopard can feed undisturbed for several days. This remarkable behavior ensures that its hard-earned meal remains untouched. These cats are also remarkable swimmers, capable of crossing wide rivers in search of food or territory. Their distinctive spotted coat serves as perfect camouflage, blending seamlessly into the patterns of forest shadows and tall savanna grasses. For this reason, many call them the ghosts of the wilderness, appearing and disappearing in silence, leaving little more than paw prints and mystery behind. However, life in the wild is far from easy. A 2024 study conducted in Sabi Sand, South Africa, revealed that nearly 49% of leopard cubs do not survive to adulthood, often due to infanticide by rival males seeking to mate with the females. In addition, deforestation, expanding urban areas, and unregulated tourism continue to shrink their natural habitats. According to data from Panthera in 2025, leopards in the Garden Route region now travel up to 30% farther to find food and suitable territory. Such pressures reduce their breeding success and threaten the long-term stability of their populations. Yet, their ecological importance cannot be overstated. Leopards play a vital role in maintaining balance by controlling populations of medium-sized herbivores like impalas. This prevents overgrazing, allowing grasslands and forests to regenerate and thrive. Through their silent presence, they sustain the delicate harmony of the ecosystem. Adaptable and resilient, they survive in a wide range of environments, from dense jungles to open savannas. But their future depends on our ability to protect their natural habitats and reduce human impact. To safeguard the leopard is to preserve the quiet balance that breathes life into Africa's wild heart. In South Africa's Kruger National Park, black rhinos live solitary lives, relying on strength and sharp senses to survive. They move through dense vegetation, feeding on acacia leaves with their distinctive hooked lip, consuming between 25 and 45 kilograms of plants each day. Despite their limited vision, they can see only about 30 meters ahead. Their sense of smell detects danger from over 500 meters away. When threatened, they can charge at speeds of up to 55 kilometers per hour or retreat into safer areas. According to WWF data from 2025, Black rhinos spend nearly half the day feeding and rest between 8 and 10 hours under shade to conserve energy. Rhinos mark their territory with sprays of urine and patrol it daily, covering 2 to 3 kilometers as they defend their space with determination. They avoid contact with other rhinos except during mating season. Females raise their calves alone for up to 3 years, teaching them to identify edible plants and survive the vast wilderness of Kruger. Their solitude, however, is balanced by an unlikely partnership with the oxpecker birds. Up to 15 of these small allies can perch on a rhino's back, feeding on hundreds of parasites each day and alerting their host with sharp calls when danger approaches. Thanks to this symbiotic bond, rhinos remain safer in the open savanna. By feeding on shrubs and bushes, black rhinos also help control vegetation, allowing grasses to grow for zebras and antelopes, thus supporting biodiversity. The trails they create through thick brush even help small animals like rock hyraxes move more freely, increasing their chances of survival by up to 20%. Black rhinos help sustain nearly 30% of Kruger's low shrub ecosystems, supporting the growth of more than 50 plant species. Yet despite their power and resilience, these ancient giants face serious challenges. Their population has fallen by about 90% since the 1960s, leaving an estimated 2,650 individuals by 2023, according to the IUCN. Although they remain under threat from illegal hunting, modern conservation strategies are making a difference. Advanced tools such as drones, GPS tracking, and artificial intelligence now allow rangers to detect and prevent up to 90% of poaching attempts, reducing these incidents by more than half. With most rhinos living in privately managed reserves, these efforts are vital to ensuring the survival of one of Africa's most iconic species. African buffalo play an essential role in preserving Kruger's grasslands, moving and grazing in large herds. They act as natural lawn keepers, preventing overgrowth and maintaining the balance of the savanna. Together with elephants, they help preserve the landscape's health, each species fulfilling a unique ecological function. Herds can range from 10 to 100 individuals, and their unity is the key to survival. Each buffalo consumes up to 17 kilograms of grass daily, keeping the vegetation short and promoting fresh growth that benefits other grazers like antelopes. During the dry season, these massive herds migrate in search of water, ensuring their endurance through changing conditions. Their main survival strategy lies in collective defense. When threatened by predators, the herd forms a tight circle. The stronger adults face outward, horns poised, while the young and vulnerable remain safe in the center. This cooperation and discipline make it nearly impossible for any predator to isolate a single member, showcasing the power of unity in the wild. Buffaloes also wallow in mud to cool off and remove parasites, a behavior that not only regulates their temperature, but also improves skin health. These activities strengthen group cohesion and indirectly benefit many other species sharing their habitat. By grazing and trampling, they prevent the unchecked spread of vegetation and help sustain plant diversity across the plains. Their constant movement shapes the landscape, enriching the soil with nutrients, encouraging new grass to sprout, and reducing the buildup of dry vegetation that can fuel wildfires. The heavy rhythm of their hooves and the deep echo of their calls define the pulse of the African savanna. Acting as living guardians of the plains, the Cape buffalo ensures that this delicate ecosystem remains balanced and full of life, a vital force in one of Africa's most iconic natural realms. The African wild dog, also known as the painted wolf or lycaon, is one of Africa's most intelligent and cooperative hunters. In Kruger National Park, these predators operate in perfectly synchronized packs, chasing mainly wildebeest and impalas with an extraordinary success rate of nearly 80%. Their communication is remarkable. They use high-pitched calls, growls, and body movements to coordinate ambushes, alternating between chase and interception with astonishing precision. Yet, despite their skill, their numbers have fallen dramatically. Today, only about 300 to 400 individuals remain in Kruger. Their decline threatens the delicate balance of nature, as they play a vital role in keeping herbivore populations in check and preventing overgrazing that could strip the grasslands bare. But habitat loss and human conflict, whether through hunting or livestock competition, continue to shrink their territories. Wild dogs not only control prey populations, they also sustain other species. After a hunt, the remains they leave behind feed scavengers, like the African white-backed vulture nature's silent cleanup crew. These birds can consume up to 45 kilograms of flesh in less than 3 minutes, preventing disease by removing decaying carcasses that could contaminate the environment. According to BirdLife South Africa's 2025 data, their work reduces the spread of disease by as much as 20%, underscoring their essential role in the ecosystem's health. However, vultures themselves face a dire future. Their numbers have dropped between 63% and 89% due to poisoning and habitat destruction. Without them, carcasses would remain exposed, becoming potential sources of deadly infections such as anthrax. Their disappearance disrupts the natural chain of life, directly affecting predators like wild dogs. For both species are bound together in the fragile cycle that keeps Africa's wilderness alive. Meerkats are small, highly social mammals, native to the arid plains of the Karoo in southern Africa. Though they stand barely 30 centimeters tall, their intelligence and cooperative nature make them one of the desert's most captivating species. They live in close-knit family groups known as clans or colonies, which can include up to 40 members. Within these communities, every meerkat has a specific role essential to the group's survival. Their lives revolve around teamwork. While some members dig tunnels and chambers that form their underground homes, others forage for food or stand guard. There is always one sentinel on duty, perched upright, scanning the land and sky for danger, whether from eagles, jackals, or snakes. At the first sign of threat, the lookout emits a sharp call that sends the entire colony diving for safety. In seconds, they vanish beneath the surface into a network of burrows stretching for several meters. These tunnels shield them from the scorching midday sun and the freezing desert nights alike. Active and alert, meerkats rise with the dawn. They gather at the burrow entrance, pressing close together to soak up the warmth of the first sunlight, a ritual that strengthens social bonds. Soon after, they begin their daily search for food insects, spiders, scorpions, small reptiles, and even roots. Their keen sense of smell allows them to detect prey hidden beneath the sand, and remarkably, they are immune to certain scorpion venoms. This unique adaptation makes them fearless hunters in one of the harshest environments on Earth. Discipline defines their way of life. Nursing mothers stay behind to care for the pups, while the rest venture out to forage. Some adults take on the role of teachers, showing the young how to catch prey or identify alarm calls, a rare example of cooperative learning among wild animals. Every task, from guarding to grooming, is shared with precision and purpose. Despite their size, meerkats are an essential link in the intricate web of the Karoo's ecosystem. In another corner of South Africa lies the Cape Floral Kingdom, home to a tiny yet vital creature, the Cape sugar bird. This delicate nectar feeder depends on the blossoms of native plants to survive, and in turn, it pollinates nearly 70% of the region's seed-bearing flora, according to WWF's 2025 report. Its gentle flight from flower to flower keeps the food web alive, as the plants it pollinates nourish countless insects, birds, and small mammals, such as meerkats, that rely on thriving vegetation. But the invasion of foreign plant species and the destruction of natural habitats now threaten the sugarbird's survival. As nectar sources diminish, its role as a guardian of biodiversity grows increasingly fragile. Fires, droughts, and expanding cities add to the strain, but thanks to these small pollinators, South Africa's ecosystems continue to breathe with color and vitality. In 2024, devastating wildfires burned through more than 25,000 hectares of land, destroying crucial vegetation, according to WWF reports. At the same time, tourism has surged by 40% since 2018, causing soil erosion and noise pollution that disrupt the natural rhythms of wildlife. Climate change intensifies these threats. Rains come late, droughts last longer, and the ancient migration routes of many species are being altered. The Institute for Ecology and Conservation (IEC) warns that nearly 30% of bird species in the Cape Floral Kingdom risk extinction due to fires and urban expansion. Each loss pushes the ecosystem one step closer to collapse. Poisoned vultures vanish, food chains break, animals are displaced, and dry winds carry the scent of another season of drought. Yet amid the destruction, there is hope. Across southern Africa, communities and conservationists are working together to protect endangered species, restore lost habitats, and educate visitors to reduce their environmental footprint. These efforts aim to restore balance to nature, ensuring that future generations can still witness Africa's untamed beauty, where life and wilderness exist in harmony. Southern Africa's ecosystems depend not only on the iconic Big Five lions, elephants, leopards, buffalo, and rhinos, but also on smaller, often overlooked creatures like the Cape sugar bird and the meerkat, which uphold the foundation of life itself. When even one species disappears, the entire system trembles. Across the savannah, lions roar to mark their dominion. Elephants lead their herds toward distant rivers. Leopards rest silently atop ancient trees. Buffalo migrate through the golden plains. And rhinos stand as unyielding sentinels of a land that must be protected. Each one plays a role no other can replace. share the responsibility to preserve these wild lands, so they may continue to pulse with life for generations to come.